Hello, everyone. Class is now in session. So pull out your paper and pencil. And yes, there will be a test after this lesson. We've all been there, making the same mistakes, ignoring the warning signs, and finding ourselves hurt over and over again. But how many times do we need to place our hand on the stove before we realize it's hot? Pain is often life's way of getting our attention. The real question is, how long will it take for us to listen? Let's talk about this. Number one, recognizing the pattern. Just like a child who touches a hot stove once and learns not to do it again, we should recognize reoccurring pain points in our lives, whether in relationships, career choices, or personal decisions. Repeated hurt is a sign we need to change course. Why are you still trying to hang out with that crowd? Haven't you grown? You know better. And it's not that you think you're better than anyone. The fact is, you love them, but your paths are no longer in alignment, and that's okay. Number two, the cost of ignoring warning signs. Every time we ignore red flags, the consequences often worsens. Emotional, physical, or financial pain compounds when we refuse to learn from past mistakes. Understanding that patterns of hurt are meant to teach us, not to trap us, and the key is for us to grow. There is no need for you to lose everything you worked so hard for because of hasty decisions. You see the warning signs. You don't have to lose your family. Just make better choices. Take your hands off the hot stove. Number three, choosing growth over repetition. Pain is a teacher. Let me say that again. Pain is a teacher, but it's up to us to take the lesson and move forward. We have the power to break the cycles by setting boundaries, making wiser decisions, and seeking guidance when necessary. Now, for some of you, learning the word no will save you a lot of pain. Others just need to say, I'm not interested. And for the rest of us, learn to just keep walking past the temptation of the trap. And the trap can be anything. The trap can be food, money, people, drugs, and the list goes on and on. Let's talk about some action steps. First, you want to identify your hot stove. What is your hot stove? Reflect on areas in your life where you keep experiencing the same pain or setbacks. What keeps burning you? That's right. Ask yourself that. What keeps burning you? Is it a him? Is it a her? Is it a thing? What is it? Acknowledge the lesson. Ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me? Be honest about patterns and behavior that need to change. We see it just as clear, but we just keep ignoring it. We know we need to eat better. We know we need to exercise. We know we need to stay out of the mall. We know we need to keep our hand out of the cookie jar. Yeah, what is it? Set boundaries and make different choices. Once you see the lesson, take action. Whether it's leaving a toxic situation, changing habits, or seeking wise counsel, commit to breaking the cycles. And we have to pray about this thing because God is there for us to break every chain. to break every chain. Seek wisdom and accountability. Sometimes we need guidance to see what we can't see. Seek advice from mentors, faith leaders, or trusted friends to help you stay on the right path. It's okay to go to counseling. It's okay to talk to someone you really trust. Sometimes you're too close to it. Trust the process. Growth isn't instant. It requires patience, effort, and commitment to not repeat past mistakes. Give yourself some grace as you move forward. And it's always good to forgive yourself, and just move on. So, of course, I came with some questions. And the first one is, how many times have you ignored the warning signs and found yourself in the same painful situation? What will it take for you to finally learn the lesson? How many times have you ignored the warning signs and found yourself in the same painful situation? What will it take for you to finally learn the lesson? Take some time and just think about that. Think about it. Write it down. Write down some responses. Pray over it. Question number 2. Are you allowing past mistakes to teach you, or are you repeating them, hoping for a different outcome? What steps can you take today to break the cycle? Are you allowing past mistakes to teach you, or are you repeating them, hoping for a different outcome? What steps can you take today to break the cycle? Life will keep teaching us the same lesson until we learn it. We don't have to keep getting burnt to understand that the stove is hot. By recognizing patterns, taking action, and choosing growth over repetition, we can break free from cycles of pain and walk into a life of wisdom, peace, and purpose. The question remains, how many times will it take before you decide to stop touching the hot stove? How many times? All right, guys. Until next time, continue to grow and glow in the Lord.